Form 940, or the Employer's Annual Federal Unemployment Tax Return, is an IRS form that employers use to report the amount of federal unemployment tax owed for the previous year, the amount of tax paid, and the outstanding balance. The FUTA tax rate is 6%, and it applies to the first $7,000 earned by an employee. Employers must pay the FUTA tax and file Form 940 if the amount for wages paid during the year is $1,500 and over, or at least one employee was employed for some part of a day in any 20 or more different weeks. You can either download Form 940 from the IRS website or get the current revision of the form that you can edit, sign, and submit electronically at pdffiller.com. Form 940 has 7 parts. Start by providing the employer identification number, full name, trade name, and registration address. Most employers would leave the type of return section on the right blank. However, these boxes may apply to you if you're A. filling out an amended Form 940, B. recently acquired a business that had FUTA tax liabilities, C. did not pay any wages for the year, or D. if you're closing down your business or stop paying wages. In Part 1, indicate whether you employ workers in only one state or in multiple states, and whether you paid wages in a credit reduction state. In Line 1A, specify if you pay unemployment taxes in a single state. Line 1B is for multi-state employers. Line 2 is to specify if you work in a credit reduction state. If you check the boxes in Line 1B or 2, you must also complete Schedule A of Form 940. In Part 2, you must determine your FUTA tax before making adjustments. In Line 3, indicate every payment you made to employees. In Line 4, indicate any FUTA exempt payments, fringe benefits, group term life insurance, etc. In Line 5, indicate the total for taxable payments made in excess of $7,000. Use lines 6 through 8 to calculate your total taxable FUTA wages and total FUTA taxes before adjustments. In Part 3, determine your tax adjustments. If all of the FUTA wages indicated in the previous section were excluded from state unemployment tax, multiply line 7 by 0.054, record it in line 9, and proceed to Part 4. If they weren't, use the worksheet on page 11 of the IRS instructions for Form 940 to calculate your adjustments. In Part 4, determine your FUTA tax and balance due or overpayment. Calculate your total FUTA tax after adjustments, then provide it in line 12. In line 13, indicate any FUTA payments or overpayments. In line 14 and 15, determine if you have an outstanding amount of FUTA tax due or any overpaid fees. Don't forget to indicate your name and employer identification number at the top of page 2. In Part 5, report your FUTA tax liability by quarter only if the amount indicated in line 12 exceeds $500. Otherwise, proceed to Part 6. In Part 6, you, as employer, can choose to designate an employee, a paid tax preparer, or a certified public accountant to discuss the return with the IRS. Provide the designee's name, phone number, and a self-selected 5-digit personal identification number so the IRS can confirm the person's identity. In Part 7, indicate your name, title, and daytime phone number, and sign and date your form. You can do this directly in the PDF Filler editor. If you hired someone to help you complete Form 940, they will need to fill out their information in the Paid Preparer section. You can save the resulting document to your device, print it out, or email it to your recipient in one click. Good luck, and don't forget to submit your Form 940 before the due date established by the IRS.